I started watching this, I watched like 30 seconds or so, then I had the idea. I don't know who these guys are.
They're on Smurfs.
Team Slayer.
So I think first thing I would have done when you spawn right here is just look right up and knock camo down, because you go straight for rockets. And then you kind of have a little bit of a problem because you've got the rockets, but everybody is going to be focusing on this, so chances are fairly high that you're just going to die right here. Another thing that you could do if you're not comfortable like throwing that nade and knocking that down, you can grab the rockets right here and hop up to right here, and if you rocket the wall right next to Cam will come flying right down to you and you can catch it right here. I think you hear somebody out on waterfalls right here, so that's not the safest place, but you could just do that. Grab rockets, rocket Cam down to yourself, and then nade jump up, and then you would have everything, because having rockets on itself isn't oh, that's DJ Haida. That's cool. Having rockets by itself isn't necessarily super helpful, especially on a wide open map, because they're just gonna have like cam or whatever and then kill you, and then they'll have cam rocks. So it's worth the one rocket investment.
I got rocks.
I also wouldn't go tall ladder, just because it's maybe okay, but I like the high ground for one thing. Also, I feel like you're pretty exposed on this corner, and you really don't want blind corners when you have rockets anyway. So, but maybe you heard people on red or something like that, and you're trying to get away from them. But you can get shot from waterfalls, or you can get shot anywhere when you're coming up this way. But the biggest problem is just having rockets and then not trying to get the other power-ups at all. And then the other thing too, so, I mean, we're here gunfire, nobody's really calling out, so we don't know where people are. But we know that Ovi and Cam didn't get picked up by you guys. Or at least I think we know that. Maybe I just can't hear Nick here. But my first instinct here is to think, okay, they probably already have Cam or something like that, or they're going to be pushing on Catwalk. So that's the very first thing that I want to try to counteract. Also, if Cam is still up, then you're going to want to get up on top of green and contest that Cam. So doubling back here is definitely the wrong play. You're trying to just establish map control and establish power-up control. And also just being on elbow and being down in sniper room. I know you betray him here, I saw. Not a big deal. This isn't, same kind of thing, this isn't really helpful at all because you're not controlling anything, you're just watching one specific corner. It was just a snapshot rocket.
Jesus Christ.
Not a big deal. That happens.
Cam was on fucking elbow. That's my fault. Where?
So playing down low, I just don't like that very much. Definitely approve of getting up top. So you're just kind of running back and forth down here, not getting any kind of map pressure. Good job to wait on the rocket. Obviously falling down here was a really terrible idea.
He's dead. He's top shotties. Got him.
Nice to kill Cam there.
Other one's Shoddy Street.
But yeah, having rockets, everything about Halo 1 is just trying to snowball one thing into the next. So when you have rockets, right, then you're trying to like make something happen at that, and so being out on waterfalls isn't making that happen. Whew. So you're wanting to think like, so Nick just got sniped from red door, and so one of the first couple things in your head should be, where are you spawning your teammate, and how are they going to pressure now that they know that you don't have Cam, you don't have overshield, you don't have rockets, and they're on this side. So I would not be surprised to see a two-man push through port right here. If you're hanging out right here, you might spawn him right here, which isn't that bad. I do that a lot, and I just tell people like, hey, melee when you spawn, that way, because when you melee, your head ducks, and it's much harder to snipe you. But you could spawn them there, which is kind of dangerous. If you're standing right here, you could also spawn them bottom green, which is not very helpful at all. The other thing that you could do is just back off behind the computers here, and then you'd spawn your teammate up on the flag and maintain that green control. Also, you have 16 seconds to work with, so you have plenty of time to get over here and get Cam naded back. But it wouldn't be the worst idea to push up the green plat and get ready to nade Cam back. But it is more exposed, and I'm somewhat expecting a push here, but maybe not.
I'm watching port.
And that's the problem of spawning your teammate on plat, because it is just so dangerous. Shit spawn, so that's unlucky. I would have gone out waterfalls here, just because you're already late, and that's the only way to get a sight line to try to contest the power-ups. even though Nick was already down there. That's maybe just personal preference, maybe not a big deal. If your plan was to come up, oops, boy, I really backed that off. So if Nick's going out Ovi and your plan is not to like support him or try to contest anything, if your plan is to come up this way, why? You know, you could run up to right there and start like nading Cam down. That wouldn't be bad at all. You could start pushing up top green to try to anchor green. But you've got to try to take back some kind of control, and you've got to try to contest this is probably rockets, isn't it? But the cam. So you could be nading it down from right there, and that would have hit that guy too. But this kind of falls into the same, whatever, unfortunate grenades, didn't really do anything. Same pattern that you had just been doing last time you got here, which is playing down low, playing around sniper room, right above you. In the Dammy video, I show how I take back this, which is what nades I throw. That would have helped you here, but things are going things are going fine right here. They spawned down low because we knew that he was on green plat. So good pistol.
I want on green ramp.
I would spread out now since you guys have them down. Just so, you know, 15 seconds until the power-ups are back up. So you need to be already in position right now, so you're already late. You need to be in position to be nading the cam back.
Cam's up.
Nice.
Pits down, go. Small ladder.
Nick should not have jumped for that. Obviously because you never jump for cam, but also because they're already sniping right there. I don't know what happened to the guy's Ovi. He maybe just got melted, but Nick is a very aggressive player. He could have just naded cam back right then, and that would have been just fine. And then he would have had cam and dropped down for rockets, so then you guys would be running cam rockets with you already established up here on top green. So just the difference that would have made to have cam rockets right now and have them on the spawn versus how this game is now going. And you're back down here, like playing from a down position. And I understand the allure of that, which is snipes like that, but you're giving up the ability to play forward aggressive up top, giving up a lot of sight lines to go into one spot. That spot's not so bad in fours if the rest of your team is up and you're like the only person down there. Once again, this is pretty passive play. I would be pushing up higher to some spot where you can get angles to snipe people. You're really only watching this one thing, which it was stupid for that guy to push through there when all they had to do is chill back and nade stuff down. So it works in that one specific scenario if they're just going to keep rushing through portal, but most people aren't going to do something that stupid. But now that cam is back, I don't... Oh, no, it's down. Oh, yeah, you really need to be up and helping. Same thing as last time, your teammate's dead, they know that you don't have power up, so I expect that they would push through there. Same thing as last time, is like standing in that spot could spawn green plat, or could spawn down.
Died on spawn. He's green plat, going top green.
Wouldn't be a bad idea to just hit port right now, but you have 10 seconds, so there's really no reason. Ooh, they have rockets. This spot is probably the worst spot. Especially for a few reasons. It's very easy to snipe you or pistol you, and we know that a guy was top green, so he's probably top green plat right now, so decent chance of you getting shot. Also, there's a rocket guy right around the corner from you, and Nick is on spawn, so you're just going to spawn him on short ladder, so it would be good to learn the other nades, although you didn't really have too much time, but I still feel like nading it from red door would have been the safer option. That's not really the nade that you want to be throwing either. The other thing, so once again, that's a nice little backsmack on that guy. But I think that's a bad priority because overshield is just not as important as cam. So you kind of like wing some nades at cam and then you just let it go. I'd be placing much higher. I like this. Coming up behind him, this is a good move. That's a good nade. The other nades that I throw would have covered that guy.
I'm holding it back. Green flat. Yep, I see him.
Good nade.
Got him. He's dead. Camo's dead.
I wouldn't have stood there, because people... If you thought he was going to come out, you were one shot from dead, so all he has to do is shoot you once and you die. Ooh, that's unlucky.
On green ramp.
Having him come up behind you.
Nice. Good kill.
Cam's up in 5. Should probably be focusing that instead of this guy. I'd be backing off these guys and just winging grenades, because the onus would be on them to push up, right? So they'd have to push up through your nades.
I'm nading port.
But it worked out just fine, so he probably does get everything. Once again, you're in a really, really passive spot when maybe you could have some better sight lines to be helping your teammate get everything. So he's got he dies right here because of that, right?
You're good.
You could have pushed up to top shotties, and that would give you a view of shit and waterfalls, and then you could help him in his pistol fights, and you would also still have control over the portal.
Yep, he poured through. God damn it. I knew he was going through again. Good kill.
12 seconds. So if you don't know it, you need to learn this one, how to nade cam back from green plat. Looks like you...
Yeah,
I don't think...
just a second.
Does that do it? That does do it.
Got snipes.
Not the way I thought, but...
Watching the port.
Yeah, see, cam's already coming down because
They
people
naded
weren't
it.
like nading it back on time.
I got him. I got him.
It worked. Not the... A
Yeah,
little
they are.
sloppy, but it
Small
worked.
ladder.
Also, there's a random in the pit that you should know about. I'll just port right here, right with Nick.
Shit.
When you port,
Never.
Nick shouldn't have ported as far forward. He could have ported and stayed near the port, so when he sees a guy on green plat and a guy back green,
Green plat.
that he could just back right back down again. Yeah, that's pretty good to start. Oh, you better not port here. To start pre-nading top shotties, but you're, I think, a little late on this nade. Very late on this nade now. And they already get it back.
I just
Keep nading it. I mean, they're gonna be on it.
green plat. Nice.
Yeah, I would port if Nick is already out here. Get up there.
Green plat's one.
It was just a little bit too far forward. Porting was the right idea.
Tried to help you out on.
I think Nick went through, fired a rocket, and dropped down. So I think you're very smart to push
Elbow.
out again. But you needed to have been able to back down more quickly. Aggression here is probably the right idea since Nick is up top. I feel like a lot of your nades are kind of, you throw them in the area of.
Still in cam.
So
Thank
if you threw your nades with a little bit more
No, he
intention,
was in cam.
take that extra half second. Sniping on cat, so okay, I know you're toasting, right? But you have to think about like where you're spawning your teammate. But I think you did the right thing of going up the ramp.
One's going green, top green.
Power ups are up, so you should be trying to. I would nade it down right now instead of porting through because they're sniping at the port. And so now you're not really like doing anything, right? Because you
No, I
didn't go
spawned
forward
right there.
to try to contest them, but you also didn't like push off to the side to try to nade stuff down. Should have to be a little bit more aggressive on contesting things. At least it's only Cam Ovi.
Naded small ladder.
He could be sniping right now with Cam. Nick gets antsy, so he pushes through the port. But since he pushed through the port and died, and you're close to the red random,
Alright, how
you
do I-
should have
how do I
gone
play
right
this
to red
out?
random.
I'm trying to.
How you play that out, and you usually don't see people sniping from down there, but you will see like Zorg and Twisted do this. So it's either like you're either a really bad player or a pretty decent player if you're going to be sniping out of shit spawn. But since he knows his teammate is up top with Cam and completely safe, then his teammate's not going to die, so he can come at it from this other angle. So that is something to be aware of. So we're looking at. What are we looking at? The clock, you're dead.
He's back waterfall.
Wait, like 20 seconds or so? Or 5 seconds? Okay. So, since you didn't spawn him on a random, and then you're trying to figure out how you play it, I mean, whatever, it's the same idea. Coming up to the 10-minute mark, so everything's going to be up. You need to learn the nades from red side for how to nade down Cam,
I got him.
and then that's just the only way to play out a red. It's just to
I naded
Nice,
it.
nice,
Yeah,
nice.
I naded at the shot street. I got it.
get stuff down and then just wait for the right time. Just leave. You You don't need to fight these guys. Cam rockets are up. You could get shot. You could get
Got one
shot.
in
Yep.
Shoddy Streets. Ah, I burned Cam. The other one's top.
Yep.
Green
You need to
flat.
when you have cam, you have to play more safe than that. You have to play more intelligent than that. Rockets are up. You could right now. You could have had everything, and you could have been pushing
One
into
fell to
green.
elbow. We traded. Yeah, we traded.
Is Obi up? Could have looked right down. I would have looked. Maybe you knew though, because I can't hear Nick talking. So I don't know what happened to Rockets or Obi because I didn't see it on your stream. Typically you really just don't want to play from shotties. Should have backed off the red and waited for the next set of power-ups that are up in 5 seconds that you're not in a position to nade down. So they could just leave you here. They didn't even need to shoot you there. They could have just walked away
Green flag got me.
and just left you guys bottom green. And actually we don't know which Obi this one is.
I got OS.
So the spawn, since Nick just died again, you're right next to the short ladder spawn, and they're up here, so they're probably gonna and they heard you nade jump over, so they know you're here, and actually they know exactly that he's gonna spawn right there, so he's either gonna get sniped off the spawn or you're getting sniped right now. On the other side of this one right here is where the random is, so that's where you should be going right now. And if they're good, they're already sniping you and Nick off the spawn.
Oh my god. I was also one. Shot in the back.
The other thing that you could have done right there is just turn around and fought it, since you knew that Nick was going to be spawning in, and that you had Obi, so it's going to take him some time.
Got him.
Good snipes. Good lucky spawn for you guys to come up behind him here. 20 seconds for the next set of power-ups, and they just spawn snipe room.
Sounds like sniper room.
Kind of passive play there to like bounce a slow nade, right? You could have just stepped up to the corner and looked down at him and started shooting him off the spawn, since you can just back up, and it's very easy for you to get away safe if you start losing that pistol fight.
Yep.
Same thing. So we'll probably end this one here and go on to the next one, because it's kind of just the same stuff of playing too passive when you're in green, not having the power-ups naded back at the right times. And then when you do have stuff, doing a better job of snowballing it to the next thing. Let's look at hang 'em.